What's good, YouTube? Heretic Jones here, coming back at you with another regular, everyday, normal Gamers Union video in the Division. Something that I want to get out of the way for you guys right from the jump is that this is in a voiceover format, so you're not going to be treated to the normal, smooth, melodic flow that you may be used to in the daily grind. Now, if you're not familiar with my sarcastic tone, that was it right there, in case you're taking notes. The other thing that I want to get out of the way is that I have a PvE build right here. I jumped right into the last stand. I didn't go through my stash and make out a PvP build or any of that stuff. I just jumped right in with my exact PvE build. I didn't change talents. I didn't change anything from my normal everyday PvE build. So that's what we're seeing at play right here. So bearing that in mind, the point I'm trying to make is that I'm not blaming my shit performance. I'm going to get to that in a second on the gear or the build. What I'm saying is that even in spite of that build, I was still able to play, I was still able to have fun, I was still able to get some kills. So the next thing that I want to bring up right here is that I have very little PvP experience in the Division. And we're going to see something to prove that right here. So what you're looking at right here is the actual screen from my Uplay login. And as you can see, I have 8 rogue agent kills and I have a max DZ rank of 8. And that was all in like 1.2, 1.1, whatever. That was very early in the game when you needed rank to buy stuff in the Dark Zone, and I wanted some of that shit, so I thought I'll grind out just rank 50 and I'll be able to get some of the good stuff, and I got to 49, and I was like, fuck it. And I flipped the table and I quit because the PvP was just such an imbalanced shit show with the gank squads and just all of the fucking nonsense, just everything that's been brought up by all the other, big time YouTubers who talk about why the PvP was broken. That was what made me quit. And this is a horse of a different color. The other thing that I want to bring up real quick is that I'm just not generally very good at PvP anyway. So there's that to bear in mind. But I tend to enjoy it if it's in a good game, if the system is good. Stuff like Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch. I have a blast in those games because they're just so well designed and the PvP is so tight that it's just a lot of fun and I can have a really good time in it, even if I'm not like destroying the leaderboards. I'm just a regular, everyday, normal gamer. So in this game, in this style of game, I really get hit with that adrenaline rush from the PvP, and that's a good thing. We're talking freezing hands, hella butterflies in the stomach, and I'm just not used to that, so I really feel the effects of it, and that's what this type of game is supposed to do, and Last Stand really gets that in spades. Right here, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go upstairs or down, so I end up hopping off the rope before I figure out, okay, because I tried to go up, so now I know I have to go down. Here again we see the lack of experience in Last Stand. Obviously this is my third match, really my second, because the one before this was just like a 30-second loss as I jumped in at the last tail end of the match. We're seeing the lack of experience there because I'm running around, I'm still figuring it out, which means I only have up to go from here, and that's actually pretty cool. My experience is going to improve the better I get. If I make a PvP build, that'll help. The more I learn the maps, the more I learn the mechanics. But as you can see, I'm able to flank that guy, drop him, and his buddy, is being tanked by my partner, or he's going into cover or something. Who knows what he's doing. I'm able to make this cover move right here, pop off some shots at that guy. Now, my teammate's actually going to take him down. While I'm playing conservatively, I'm using Nimble, going cover to cover. He's actually going to take him down by the time I flank him, because I'm playing super conservatively. I toss a grenade, I think he's still up. That guy's already dead. So the cool thing is, it's going to get better, and that's super cool. I'm kind of waiting for my squad to get their shit together to figure out what they're going to do, and then just kind of following them around. Again, I don't know what's going on. I don't know exactly where to go. We're not really communicating. That's probably why, surprise, surprise, this game is going to end in a defeat. Spoiler alert. But the point is, I'm not charging off on my own. I'm not, running in thinking I know what's going on, because, I really don't. But I'm trying to watch our flank like I do with, versus this guy. I see him run around the corner. I make a mistake with the reload there, but I managed to wear that guy down a little bit. And then these flanking moves here, I mean, we kind of got him on the run here. Finish that guy, jump out of the way of the swarm of seeker mines, and drop that guy. Now up here, this is a really interesting fight because we're behind this garbage truck, and I don't know if this is an existing point in somewhere in the Dark Zone, or if this is new for Last Stand. Again, don't really hang out in the Dark Zone, never really have, but this point right here was really cool to fight at. You have them up there on that little bridge, and you have us down here taking fire and taking cover behind this garbage truck. Now, they're in a superior position, and I kind of fucked up that cover to cover there. But we're going to try and use our build that we have to maximize that heal. And Nimble really came through right there. So, Nimble might have a place in PvP. I don't know. Again, I'm by no means an expert, but it seems to do okay. This is about the time I saw that turret there, and between that and the sticky bomb, it just ended my day. Like I was saying in the last daily grind, the times that I die are, quite often just getting straight outplayed. I don't know if you saw the first death in this video, but I came around the corner and I thought, I'm going to trade with this dude with his car door up because he just has his SMG out. I was super close to him, and he just melted me in like half a second. So, again, not hard to do in this game. And by that I mean, not hard to outplay me or outclass me in terms of PvE acumen. We managed to get the flank on these two guys and finish that one off while he was going for that res. So, again, I'm getting some kills, I'm getting some finishes, I'm running around, I'm having a good time. I mean, I get a little bold here. I think maybe I'll hop up and take this because there's just the one guy there. And I might have done okay, but he had a buddy who either just spawned or had run up. So, like I say, I'm still learning stuff, but I'm having a blast is the point. Now, I think maybe coming up here shortly, if I haven't already, I'm going to start dropping frames for some reason. I have no idea why I was dropping frames at the end here. So, I apologize for that. It wasn't doing it in game, so that makes me think it was something, on my side. Oh, check this out, check this out. Check this out right here. Okay, so that swarm of sticky bombs comes rolling around, and I see them coming, and I'm like, stand there for a second, like, what the shit is that? I had no idea. And I watched them come at me for a while until I noticed, oh shit, those are hostile seeker mines. So I hop over the fence and run away, and then, I get... Not camped, but that one guy was there shooting me as I ran by, and then I took cover and tried to trade with him, and he just took me down. But again, I'm already back up. It's like I don't have time to thoroughly explain what went on before I'm already back in the action again. And that's just super cool. I love how it's fast paced and you don't have a lot of downtime, and the only penalty for dying is that you're not there to help out your team with fights like this. Now, like in this fight, I try and help him kill this guy, and then I realize, there's 2-on-1 there. They're going to tie him up. I'm going to go ahead and capture the objective while they're handling him, and they handle him just fine. So, that worked out. I was able to, I think, contribute to our cause as far as such as it was. And that's the sort of stuff that'll come with experience. You'll know when to go for the objective. You'll know what objectives to go for. Because honestly, that thing I did right there, where, I mean, I don't even know what the fuck that shit was. I don't know why I would do that. I mean, I guess there's a certain amount of those things at each objective, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, and you're supposed to flip all of them, and that's what's gonna, you know, make the that's how you capture it and whatnot. Okay, great, but I don't know which one's which. The whole time in this game, the other team is like activating point boosters and activating all sorts of other shit, and I have no idea how they're doing any of that. But the more I play, the more I'll find out, and I'll be able to do that sort of stuff, and maybe we'll be able to start, you know, put up some wins. Maybe we'll be able to start put up some wins. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe we'll start putting up some wins. How's that? Yeah. Here's what I was talking about, where it's just really kind of chunking and dropping frames, and you know, I don't know. I have no explanation at this time for that. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna try and do better. See if we can't figure out what the deal is as far as that's concerned. Avoid that in the future. I mean, it wasn't happening in Underground, so I can only speculate that maybe it's something to do with the instance of Last Stand or something. I mean, I don't know. That being said, it was on. It wasn't happening while I was playing that I noticed it. Also, it had to be client side. Is all I can think. Anyway, as you can see, ended in defeat, like I said, but now it's going into counting down, you know, everything I did, and I got some captures, and I got some kills, and I got some, you know, defenses and stuff like that, headshots and whatever else. The experience just piles up, even for like a very mediocre experience, and I was able to go, you know, almost the full rank from the end of rank 1, you know, to about 2/3 through rank 2. Now it's time for Loot Christmas. We're going to see what we ended up with from just those games here. We got 3 high-end items and a set item and 20 Phoenix credits. And we got another couple of each, including a striker's knee pad, so that might be cool, you know, for a build. And we got another couple of weapons. For being so easy to jump into, what we're seeing is the rewards were great, and I had a good time. So I think that this is something that's going to be really accessible to a lot of people. Well done, Massive. That was a blast, and I'm going to be playing a lot more of that, hopefully bringing you a lot more content with that. So, as always, keep killing it, and thanks for coming out.